And it is a special. We have a special show tonight. It is Ladies Night with a twist on the 10-7 show. Welcome. We have for you today our guest host. All right. And
get it together, guest host.
This is, yes. Our guest host is having a little bit of technical difficulties, but that's all right. We're going to keep the party going at Ladies Night with a twist. Okay, so we have the wonderful, the magnificent, the cousin D, the stern. That's the insider, Tanya.
Tanya has she's
and the crowd goes wild.
The crowd goes wild. Hey, girl.
Tanya has been supporting us from the very beginning. She's a founding member of the 10-7 Facebook group, y'all. So just show her some love today. How you doing, Tanya?
I am good. I am blessed by the best. I am good.
All right,
I'm glad to be here.
Well, we're glad you're here. Good. Yep.
Yes, we're glad you're here. And so we're just going to keep it with the same flow that we usually keep it. It's just the 10-7 with the twist is one of our male co-hosts couldn't be with us today. So the ladies are taking over, but we do have another one of our male co-hosts. What's up, Goose?
There he is.
He gonna be adding his twist to what we're talking about.
Yeah,
so
when
he'll
they
be
start going
jumping
off the rails, I'm gonna come in and pull random back in.
So he'll be jumping in every now and then. So we got a couple of topics for you tonight, and we're going to start off the show how we usually started off with our favorite part. Would you rather? Go ahead. Tanya's going to do our first Would You Rather today.
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead, Tanya.
Okay, so I have Would you rather be remembered for 10 years after you die, or be remembered forever for something terrible you did?
Oh, this is along the lines of like number 45's administration.
So
right
I say,
oh gosh.
Right. So my answer would be I would rather be remembered only for 10 years after I die.
Really?
Only because, like, I would imagine that people would be, sorely disappointed in my death.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So if they only have to hurt for 10 years, like, after that, they'll be good.
No.
That's my thought.
But some people, sometimes the grieving process takes some people a lot longer. So that means a lot longer than 10 years. So that means you would only want your daughter to remember you for 10, your daughter and your son to remember you for 10 years? That's it?
Because they won't hurt after that 10 years.
Some people grieve forever.
I was going to say, but you're not really, I don't know, we're not grieving. It's like you want to be remembered. You still want to be remembered.
Right.
No? What do you think?
I still want to be remembered. I want to be out. You know what though? Because I don't want to be remembered for something bad that I've done. Like I don't want to be like Monica Lewinsky. Like she gonna forever go down.
Yeah.
It don't matter how much good she do. She gonna. They even named it after her, a Lewinsky. Yeah. I don't want to go down like that. Yeah. So I would take the 10 years.
I agree. I'll take the 10 years too. Okay.
So I'm going down in infamy.
Oh Lord.
So as long I don't mind going down for something bad, as long as it was in the pursuit of something good.
Oh, okay. So you're taking the John Lewis route.
Yeah.
Good promo.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like a flawed hero.
Okay. I can get that. That
like
was
a vigilante.
Yep.
That was a good twist to it. All right, we have another Would You Rather. We have a few of them tonight. Tara, you want to go ahead with yours?
Sure. Okay. Would you rather never be able to wear makeup again or never be able to leave the house without a full face of makeup, but you can only use kids' makeup?
I would never be able to leave the house without a full face of makeup. I'm not putting no kids' makeup on.
But that's your option. That's your option. Did you not hear me?
Yeah, no. I want to be
again,
without.
Tara.
Wait.
You broke up from me.
I'm confused.
Okay. Would you rather never be able to wear makeup again, or never be able to leave the house without a full face of makeup, but you can only use kids' makeup?
I'm going with never wearing makeup again.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
never wear makeup again.
Never, yeah, I think never wear makeup again. Like kids' makeup.
Yeah, you would look like an escaped mental patient.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all
You
know
mean
my
like the
skin's
kids that
sensitive.
they
I'm
have
broke
with the
out.
little nails on them and all
Yeah,
that?
Go
exactly.
to work, your nails be
Exactly.
popping off.
Uh-huh.
You would look like old girl from that TV show.
Whatever happened to Baby Jane?
No.
Yes, whatever
Oh
happened to
my
baby.
gosh.
What?
Oh
What
my
TV
God.
show?
No, he hosts Price is Right now. Remember he had a
Oh,
Price
okay.
is Right.
Drew
Drew
Carey.
Carey.
Drew Carey.
Mimi. Okay,
Mimi.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Well,
let
who
us
knew?
know let us know what y'all think in the chat. Let us know what y'all think.
Yeah, Tyra,
I
did you have
have
one?
Yes, I do. Mine is a little on the serious side. So, it's a thinker.
Okay.
Would you rather hit the pause button on your life or the rewind button?
Pause button on my life.
Ooh.
Rewind.
Rewind. Totally
Rewind.
rewind. Mhm.
Selector, rewind.
Don't stop right now. Not right
Yeah,
now.
I
right
don't
now.
want to stop in the middle of a pandemic.
No. Hell no. No, thank you.
Yeah,
Rewind.
I would say rewind as long as I know everything that I know now.
Right. Absolutely. I want to have the knowledge that I have today, but go back to like 1990.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah.
That
Yep.
means you would come
Right.
seek me out in 1990.
No, I
Uh-oh.
wouldn't. No, we would still be in high school.
You have the knowledge that you have today, then I'm an awesome individual.
But you became.
So you
Yeah,
have
I mean,
that
I'm not saying
knowledge.
you weren't
You
an
seek
awesome.
me out.
Okay, isn't this supposed to be ladies' night? Mute yourself.
Oh my God.
Mute
Come on
yourself.
now. Don't treat a brother like that. Don't treat a brother. Ladies, don't treat your men like that. Don't treat a brother like that.
What? Seriously, y'all hear him in my other ear, right? You can hear him.
He is doing like you need me.
Okay. Exactly. Oh my God.
All right, so we got some good topics
We
for
got a
y'all
couple
today.
topics, yeah.
We got a couple topics. Let me see. I think Tara, your topic was first up.
Yeah, my topic is first, and it's not really like a topic, but
wait.
oh wait, what's up? Goose is telling me to wait. I don't know.
New Philly girl said,
Don't kick him
"Don't
off.
kick me off."
That I'm gonna need you to go somewhere.
Don't be putting her name out. She meant New Philly.
Oh, my
girl.
bad. My bad, New Philly girl. Get out.
Oh, she said, by the way,
No,
she's put
no makeup. Same.
Yes.
I know that's
absolutely.
right.
Especially
I
if
know
you have
that's
to wear
right.
kids' makeup. You don't want to look crazy.
Listen.
All right.
My lip will be swollen.
Mm-hmm. So, all right. So I sent this to the ladies earlier in the week when we were trying to figure out like how we were gonna handle this show tonight. And so basically, I'm starting off with the T.I. story about his daughter finding out that, or him finding out that his stepdaughter, who he calls his bonus daughter, is pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So I just took a couple notes. So he he was being interviewed on her. She has a podcast with a couple other people. I think Lil Romeo is one of the hosts. And so basically he was presented with a sonogram during this interview to determine which co-host is expecting a child. And by the process, and these are his words, by process of elimination, I know it ain't Neek. Her name is Zonique.
Mm-hmm.
He said, full of confidence, anyone but Neek. So he was wrong, of course, because as the
It's
interview
Zonique.
goes on, Zonique, the daughter, ultimately confirmed that she says to him, "It's me, Pops." I don't know if y'all got a chance to watch this video, but the look of concern on his face, like he was so uncomfortable to the point where like his wife, Tiny, had to come in and sit next to him to kind of like calm him down. Did y'all watch the video?
No, I didn't watch it.
Please do.
But I mean,
like
I could understand because I think that was a horrible way to tell him.
I agree.
especially
but
live.
This is my thing. Do y'all remember a year ago when he said that he goes to the gynecologist with the other
with
daughter?
his other daughter?
Right.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Now, at the time, she was 18, I think it was, or 18 or 19. And I was like, okay, that's gross, number one. And number two, like, you think she's never going to have sex? You going to the gynecologist for her is not going to stop her from having sex. But at any rate, this daughter here that's expecting their first grandchild, she's 24. She's not a baby. I'm like, why are you upset? Like, even if you wanted them to be married before she had kids, it's too late now. Like, she's 5 months pregnant. Like, this baby is coming. She's been with the boyfriend for like a year. I think he's in his early 20s as well. And he has 2 other kids. But she seems happy. The mom is happy. Like, you said it's a bad start?
Yeah.
Why?
He got two other kids and they only been together for a year?
Yeah. And I think he's 23. I don't know. Listen, it is what it is. People do that all the time, like have kids first and then get married. So it is what it is. But
I did it.
Yeah, he was clearly pissed, and I would love to have been a fly on the wall in the room when them cameras stopped rolling to hear the conversation between him and Tiny. Yep. So.
Yes. But this is my thing. Okay, we all know that T.I. has been in the news lately. With his whole, there was something that he was asking Boris, what's his name? Boris Kojo about, infidelity. We all know about his infidelity problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is you got to be careful what you put out in the universe.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because, bro, you got daughters.
Right.
You can't be out here all willy-nilly and then trying to justify your willy-nilly.
Right.
And then think, you know what I mean? My thing is, whatever you do in life, them tables turn. And the table turned right in his face. Right on national TV.
Yeah.
So my thing is he probably sees in her boyfriend a piece of him.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He got other kids.
His name is, I don't know who he is, because I'm old at this point, but Ben Nada? What's his name? Ben Hunter.
Okay.
Ben Hunter. Look at Tanya's face. I never heard of him either. I bet you the kids.
Ben?
Reagan and Eli right
now. Is he a star?
He's a rapper, something or other. I mean, he's an entertainer. Yeah, so because I think she's an entertaining too. Like, she's made a couple songs.
Yeah, she's got a couple songs and stuff like that. I mean, like, I watched their show, like Tiny and T.I. and Friends. And what I really, honestly, I actually like T.I. I like him as a dad. I like him as a husband. Like, I actually think that it's a piece of what Tyra said. Like, you got to be careful what you put in the universe. But I think the other piece to that is he has this arrogance about him to where it's like, it can't be me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, for you to have said, like, oh, I know it's anybody but Neek. I know it's anybody but Zanique. I know it's not her. You know what I mean? Because basically the way I run my household, she know kind of better. You know what I'm saying?
But she's 24, and I don't think she lives in his household.
She doesn't, and she doesn't. Right. But at the same time, they, like, from what the TV show portrays, they do a lot of stuff as a family. They are all up and through each other's business. Up and through each other's business. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't make a move without one another knowing and stuff like that. And when they do, it's like it's in a joking manner. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like the mom might sneak and do something with the son just because she knows that T.I. won't approve of it. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that, but nothing like.
But does he? I never watched the show, but does he run like a strict household, like, or?
He is straight about education. He is about stability. He is about, like, so he runs his household like, like you would typically run a household. You know what I mean? Like,
so I wonder if he learned his lesson by having entanglements that, no, I really do want my family and I want the next generation to do better than I did. You think that's where he
probably did. And he said it on multiple occasions. Like, it comes up, like, because they actually have a podcast too. T.I. has a podcast too. So, so he's actually said it, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of like fought to get my family back situation, and so, did Tiny or whatever, so, and I think that they have a great relationship, but I think that they did it that way because of who T.I. is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
They do stuff
okay,
like
that
that
makes
because of how that's how he is. Like, if you tell him in front of everybody, he's not going to yell at me or embarrass me, or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He
Right,
may,
right.
you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he probably was just disappointed. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Okay.
And
When y'all
you know,
when y'all
because
get a
that's not
chance, watch the video. Like I recommend everybody
Okay.
watch the video. Like I mean,
right.
he
So-
was really uncomfortable. Like he couldn't believe it. And
Yeah,
I mean,
because
I agree the way she did it was probably not the best, but she probably did it that way because she knew
because
he was
he
going to
who he
lose
is,
his
like
shit.
because
Yeah.
yep,
Mhm.
because
He
of
was
who
going to
he
lose
is.
it. He was
Yep.
going to lose it.
Yep.
Yep.
So
And
we
sometimes-
got a comment here from New Philly girl. She said it's different when it's your own child.
Yep.
And I
Yep.
agree. And I agree
Mhm.
with that. I agree
Yeah.
with that.
Yep.
You know,
It's
them
different.
chickens done came home to roost.
Yeah,
Yep.
but at 24, what are you gonna do? You know what I
Yep.
mean? You can't.
All you can do is hope that what you instilled in your child at 24, it will come back and they will, they will listen, take that advice.
Yeah.
And if they don't, you know, once they become grown, you kind of not a parent anymore. You're like an advisor.
Mhm.
Right.
You know,
Right.
that
Right.
advisory role, especially once they make decisions, right, for right from wrong. So I think
Mhm.
if he would just support her. I don't know how the relationship with her and the guy is going to work out after this. I don't know
Right.
how he treats other children. Do he take care of his other children? That's a
Mhm.
big thing to know before you have kids with somebody.
Mhm.
He will take care of the other ones.
Yeah.
Right.
Yours will back too.
And I mean, I think we all have an idea of what we want our families to look like and
Right.
what we want our prosperity to look like. So when
Right.
it doesn't look like that, it can be, a disappointment. And I think,
Mhm.
For what it's worth, as, like an artist and somebody who's in the, greater part of the mainstream media, like there are so many probably of his constituents who have children who are getting into drunk driving and drinking and you know what I mean, like just
All
so many
kinds of
other and
foolishness.
drugs and all
Right.
kind of stuff, you know what I mean,
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
when you see when it's going this way and then you see your child go like this, you like, wait a minute, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't necessarily think that, you know what I mean, like it was, I just would, like you said, like to hear his, whatever his commentary is possibly going to be after.
Yeah. I would
what
love
all
to,
happened.
because I'm telling you, because Tiny knew. Tiny knew.
Mhm.
And she was like, this
Mhm.
wasn't my news to tell. It was her news to tell.
Yeah, it's true.
So, and it's
It's
true.
true.
I mean, she's
So she
absolutely
probably-
right. But like I said, the way she did it, it probably could have been done so differently. But
Right.
she
Right.
knows her
It's like
father.
but she was like, he was.
Goose,
I
what you
bet you,
think?
I bet you he was more disappointed than anything.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
For
You
sure.
know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And they didn't have to ambush him the way they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that was cool. I don't
Yeah.
think that was
He was straight back door.
Yeah, he was. He was backdoored.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
Big
was.
Brother does come on tonight. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's her. That was her way of letting him know. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
right.
clearly she knew that it was going to be something else. If she ain't care, she'd be like, I'm pregnant. What are you going to do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's exactly right. Yep.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So she
Mhm.
clearly cared about,
Mhm.
like his
Yeah, because I
reaction.
think he raised her.
Yeah. he
Right.
had a
And
great
so that's
time
my
raising her.
thing. Like, now she's having a baby. Is this guy going to be financially responsible for that baby? Or is the financial responsibility going to fall on T.I.?
Well,
Well,
listen,
she takes care of herself.
How
I don't-
successful is she?
I was about
I
to
mean,
say
like, I don't-
she has a career.
Yeah, like I don't think she's unsuccessful. Like, I mean, like I watched the show and like she had some songs and some music and some
Yeah, but I mean,
videos
that's
and all of that kind of stuff.
right.
It may not necessarily be like, you know what I mean, sustaining, but I mean, like if she at 24, if you take care of yourself, you gotta know you can take care of a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
Okay.
Yeah,
I guess
and
she can get it to-
financially. She'll be fine, and if the family is the way Tanya is saying, this baby gonna have more love than they know what to do with, so they be fine.
Mhm.
They'll
Mhm.
be
Yeah.
just fine. So,
Okay.
all right, you wanna
All right.
moving right along?
So, moving right along, I have a letter that somebody wrote. And so we just going to talk about this letter. I kind of, it's a little bit of holes in it. I probably should not have read it before the show, but I'm going to go ahead and read it.
Okay.
So I've been in a relationship for a year. This is what somebody's writing to ask us. The guy was amazing, but sometimes I felt smothered. He's super affectionate, and I show my love by doing things, purchases, cooking, etc. I'm not so lovey-dovey. Once Corona hit, we got a little distant. At this point, he says he's tired and his needs aren't being met. So he's taking interest in a coworker. He says they haven't slept with each other yet, but I'm sure it will happen eventually. Even though I'm upset, I truly realize where I dropped the ball. He says he still loves me, but he needs a break. I truly don't want to lose him. And of course, now I'm jealous. Do I stay in the fight or walk?
That's a hard one. So much of me wants to say walk.
Listen.
But I feel like it's information missing. Like, how long were y'all together?
How long were y'all together? Exactly. Why didn't y'all quarantine together?
Why didn't y'all quarantine together?
Why didn't y'all quarantine together? Apparently, like, she's been doing a lot. She says she's been purchasing. I don't know what she's been purchasing.
Maybe she's groceries. If they were together every night, like maybe she was doing all the grocery shopping and cooking for him and
right.
Which leads me back to why the hell didn't y'all quarantine together?
Right. And so how all of a sudden he got interest in a coworker?
Right.
Warning sign.
Yep. Warning sign with the smothering. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she said that she wasn't the lovey-dovey type. So maybe he needs a little bit more affection and she wasn't giving him the affection that he needed.
That doesn't even make any sense to me. I kind of feel like he had an eye on this coworker and maybe she had an eye on him way back before the pandemic started.
Okay.
Because to me, you don't just jump from, I got a chick at home, she's doing everything that I like and we're comfortable, and then all of a sudden I need a break, but I'm seeing my coworker? Do you need a break?
That's not called a break.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's not no break. That's I'm out.
Right. That's what it seems to me. Exactly. So if it were me, I would walk, because that's all kinds of red flags. Like, how many more flags do you need to come up?
I agree.
So my thought process, like I didn't make it up, but somebody once said, a very intelligent person, intelligently said, if you don't want me, don't talk to me.
Okay.
It's that simple.
I didn't say it. Fantasia said it. Fantasia
Go ahead and free yourself. That's it.
Go be great. Go be, like, and they are, to me, it's like, it's just that simple.
Right.
It's just that simple.
You're absolutely right, Tanya.
Don't talk to me. Yeah. On the flip side, on his side, I believe that people should have the chance and the opportunity to be loved the way that they want to be loved.
Yep.
And if you're not giving that to me, then
move on.
Yeah.
Move on. It's that simple. It is really
that
simple.
To have enough, like, respect for her to say, listen, I'm interested in this other coworker. Like, like she knows great detail about what it is that they got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm interested in this person over here or whatever. And like, he respected her enough to say that that's your out. That's your out. Like, that's not like a, you know what I mean? Like, what you're not going to do is be on your piss or get off the pot. What you going to do? You're going to give me hugs all the time, or I'm out. What?
Yeah. Right. And then I kind of feel like, even if she tried to fight and he decided to stay with her, I feel like the trust is already broken down.
Already, yep.
Right.
Because the moment you say, I don't want no hug, or I don't want no kiss, or I don't want, you know what I mean? Like, or you're not really feeling it that day, or whatever it is, then you kind of, in the back of your mind, you know what I mean? Like, you feel like, whoa. You know what I mean? Is this going to be, is he going to be checking for the...
Exactly.
Now you got to quit your job. For real.
That's what I was about to say. She's setting herself up to ruin what could have been a good relationship. But I think relationship over. But if they try to work it out, like I said, I think the trust is already broken down, number one. And number two, she's going to drive herself crazy. She's going to be like, wait, you're going to work? Or are you really going to the store? Are you, were you on the phone? I saw your phone light up. Why aren't you looking at your phone? Why is your phone turned down? Like, I don't understand what's happening. Like,
exactly.
Like
why is it always
make her
on
crazy
vibrate?
And paranoid? Yep.
Right.
So she should walk.
So Goose
totally should walk.
Goose, what you think about that?
I mean, I think it's real difficult because I don't know.
No, we can hear.
Oh,
no, we can hear.
Okay.
We don't know what she wasn't doing.
Right.
You did what I'm saying. So I mean, dude may be a sucker.
Just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts.
You may may be a corny, petty dude. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
And now, hindsight, she like, he was corny and petty, but I didn't want for nothing. I was good. You dig what I'm saying? So I need details. When you just give a blanket statement or a base statement that's like, oh, I messed up, do what you do, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Keep your man and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I need more details.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. There was some details left out as to why he said he was tired. Like, tired of what? You know, it made it. Yeah, so I don't understand that part of it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, and as my advice would be to while the door is open, walk away while it's nice and easy for you. While you got an open door. Yeah, don't wait for other things to transpire. Possibly kids to be involved. Don't wait for that. If the door is open and it's right, bounce.
Leave. Yep. Because you'll look back and be like, I'm so glad I did that. Because you don't know what's waiting for you on the other side of that door.
That's right. You don't know what you could avoid. You know, possibly more turmoil by leaving. You know, it's like playing tug of war. It hurts hard. It hurts more for you to hold on to the rope than to just let go.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. You're right.
So, New Philly Girl says, after you're married, you're responsible for being clear as to what's acceptable and what you need. But no one is responsible for your happiness.
That's exactly right.
That's true.
You're right.
Right. Well, they're not even married. So
no, they were just dating. So
there's no obligation.
Yeah, they're not married. They can just cut ties.
I wonder if they at least cohabitating.
Well, no, because if they were cohabitating, then they would be locked. They would be quarantined together, and they're not. So
that's probably what they should have done.
Right. That's what I said. That's what I said. They should have done that, and then. But would he still be eyeballing the coworker?
Probably.
Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you this much: he was eyeballing the coworker
already. Yes.
Already.
He just when he realized it wasn't working out with his lady, he figured he'd shoot his shot.
And that's why they wasn't quarantined together. He used the quarantine as an opportunity to bounce. Yeah,
he slipped.
Yeah, he used that.
Oh well.
Yeah, he waited till then and be like, well, actually.
What had happened was
right. Okay, go ahead about yourself, sir.
Yeah, he used that quarantine as an opportunity to roll.
Definitely.
And you need to do the same, young lady.
Yep.
Yep.
Find your happiness someplace else. You can't wait for somebody else to make you happy.
This relationship and apply it to the next.
Yep.
Exactly.
Very smart. All right, Tanya, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
What is this article called?
I don't. Oh, it says marriage advice from a fan.
From a fan?
From a fan or from a man?
From a fan. I think he's saying like from a fan of marriage.
Okay, but can we just say before you start pulling out the topic or reading the topics that you pulled out, Tyra posted this in the group. So if anybody wants to read this man's dissertation, his manifesto on marriage, and also like each one, like he kind of like gives advice, but he doesn't like put himself in the picture, so you don't know what it was that caused his marriage to fall apart.
Yep,
He's just giving advice, which to me is common sense, but we all know common sense is not common. So I digress.
Some of these are. So I guess in relationships, so he starts out by saying, obviously, I'm not a relationship expert, but there's something about my divorce being finalized this week that gives me perspective of things I wish I would have done different. After losing a woman that I loved and a marriage of almost 16 years, here's the advice I wish I would have had. So he gives a laundry list of things. It is, I think 20 of them. I think it's 20 of them. And so I did read through all of them, but some of the ones that I pointed out were, one is never stop courting, never stop dating, never ever take that woman for granted. When you asked her to marry you, you promised to be that man that would own her heart and to fiercely protect it. This is the most important and sacred treasure you will ever be entrusted with. She chose you. Never forget that, and never get lazy in your love. Okay. So I mean, I think as married couples, like I mean, like I've heard that before, like repeatedly, like never stop courting, and like obviously, like friends and family, we see date night, we do double dates, and you know what I mean, like those kind of things. So I mean, like I think that like he's 100% correct. If I were to give advice, which I try never to, because but whatever.
Right.
But like I mean, like I think that is good sound advice.
Right.
So now another one that I like I'm curious to hear what people have to say about this. But he says it's not your job to change or fix her. Your job is to love her as she is with no expectation of her ever changing. And if she changes, love what she becomes, whether it's what you wanted or not. Okay.
I agree with that.
Wow. That's deep right there.
You don't
agree?
Okay, tell me why you don't agree, or do you want me to tell you why I agree?
I'm gonna tell you why I don't agree, because
so both you and Tanya don't agree. I agree. But
yeah, I didn't marry an alcoholic.
Period. Okay. You might have made an alcoholic, though. You gotta be careful.
If you start drinking a lot, you're like, am I the reason? She couldn't just decide, you know what, I'm gonna go vegan. No, she had to be an alcoholic. Really?
Yo, but what does that say about you?
I'm going
if
through
you didn't marry one and he becomes one.
That's what I said.
It don't say nothing about
Did you make him an alcoholic?
I did not make it. I'm just saying. I'm
driving me to drink.
Okay, this is hypothetical. But what I'm saying is, you know what I mean? I did. People in their marriage, they become drug addicts, alcoholics, gamblers. Especially if you messing up our money. I ain't married that, and I'm not going to accept that.
I mean,
what happened to love without conditions?
Right. No. Well, I agree with Tyra to a degree.
I will support you while you're getting yourself together.
But
if who you are is destroying our union, I'm not supporting that.
Yeah.
Okay, because my mom didn't even go there. Go ahead, Tanya.
So I mean, like, so I agree with. So I'm on the same kind of page with Tyra. But when he says it's not your job to fix her. Like, I think that what he was initially trying to say is, so because people change, you know what I mean? And I think
that's true.
There is love without conditions. Some people develop mental health issues. Some people develop drinking habits, you know what I mean? Drug habits and things like that. And I think to a degree, you do have to be able to nurture people through that and stick with them through those, types of processes, as long as it's not destroying what it is that you and your children. You have to think about your children, you know what I mean? Like, it can become toxic if you're fighting all the time, if it's the source of, you know what I mean, like your union kind of being crushed, then it may be better to just go ahead and sever ties. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, if it, like, I don't want to have to think about, it's not my job I'm going to change it to him. It's not my job to fix him or whatever. Like, I don't think like it's okay to kind of just be like, oh yeah, well, it is, it's whatever is whatever, like he's that now and it's all good. And, so what, I'm unhappy. So what you know what I mean? Like, you have to kind of think about those things when you adopt the phrase, it's not my job to fix her. You have to love, and he's kind of going on and saying you have to love her, through it. I can love you through it, and I may not be able to fix you, but understand that this is not, we can't, we gonna be homies.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm glad you said that.
Have to fix it, but
we're gonna have entanglements.
But
respect my entanglement, bro. I got company tonight.
But you gotta at least portray like you fixed.
Well, no, because I wasn't even thinking that. Like I was thinking, I want to become a vegan or I want to dye my hair blonde. I wasn't thinking
that's that, and that's nothing wrong with that.
I wasn't thinking like I developed a drug habit. Like I don't know. That's why
like, here I go trying to be vegan, and you keep bringing this bacon home. Like,
well, that's where my mind went. Like, I don't know.
People go through major things, like people go through midlife crises, people go through depressions, and you know what I mean? Sometimes these things don't always manifest themselves when you're 2 years in the marriage, 4 years in the marriage, 10 years in the marriage sometimes.
Yeah, it could be 20 years down the line. And
Yeah,
you like,
and it's like,
what the is happening?
Yes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I married a serial killer.
Right.
Yes.
Okay? Am I supposed to stay married to my husband after he a serial killer?
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with.
I mean, if
I'm
you
gonna
know
go with,
that you know he a serial killer, then you.
But I don't.
No.
No, because now I gotta worry about body parts in the freezer. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
Okay, then I got to be an accomplice.
Okay.
No.
Now I got the police dragging me down to the station.
That's still a spark.
You said Dexter?
Okay.
Yes, it's Dexter. It's
No, I don't want to do that. All right, so you know what, Tanya? Then a little bit of me kind of agrees now.
Exactly. Thank you.
All right, Tanya, go ahead. What's next?
So the next one was so that I pulled out. It says, never blame your wife if you get frustrated or angry at her. It is only because it is triggering something inside of you. They are your emotions and your responsibility. When you feel those things, take time to get present and to look within and understand what is inside of you that is asking to be healed. You were attracted to this woman because she was the person best suited to trigger all of your childhood wounds in the most painful way so that you could heal them. When you heal yourself, you will no longer be triggered by
her. About to go
on. and you will wonder why you ever were.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, what kind of melodic?
Yeah.
So it was going good at first, okay, and then he started bringing out childhood traumas, and I'm like, bruh,
this man is hurt. What happened to you?
Yes, who did it, boo?
A woman wrote this.
Goose, I'm telling you, Goose, I said the same thing.
I'm like,
this. A chick wrote this. I'm like, this.
Yo, first of all, if you want to start off like, yo, if your wife make you mad, don't get mad. It's your fault. What?
No dude's gonna say that. No dude.
No guy ever. No dude ever in the history of dudedom is gonna say that.
Nope, it's not happening. You're right. A chick probably did write this.
Yeah. When I was like, wait a minute, what? Because first of all, now I feel like the chick who wrote this. Now you're talking about me, like
right.
Now you're talking about your husband, your ex-husband or whatever, and I'm like, if he's reading this, it's like now you talking about me. No, you gonna bring up the fact that you know I got childhood wounds, like you gonna bring this up, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody, you know what I mean? Nobody waited. Like, in my opinion, he's been married, you know, they 16 years or whatever, but you waited. All of that time, you know what I'm saying, all through divorce proceedings and all that to figure, and now you know that it was, you know, a childhood wound or whatever it was, you know what I'm saying, whatever pain, you know, like, so it's like, don't never blame your wife if you get frustrated or angry at her, but for what? But you know what I mean? Like, so what is the frustration or the, you know what I mean? Like, because we all get frustrated and angry at one another. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, this gets on my nerves, whatever the case may be. But
she wrote a whole essay about you behind your back and posted.
Right. What is it specifically?
It's your fault.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
you should have gave her nothing to write about.
Whoever it is, yeah, you know, and you know he on the phone with his homies, like, you know, Trish done you know, she done put that up on Facebook or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know she ain't right. But but so I thought it was kind of like I said, it was going good. You know, and then when he started with the childhood traumas, I was like, baby,
wasn't it easy?
Yes, this is not even this is nonsensical. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you know, that was my thought process.
I agree with you on that one. That was a bit too much. I think all she or whoever wrote the article could have just said, you know what I mean, control how you respond. You can't control the other person, but you can control how you respond.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You know, guys, I mean, because he was on some joint, like, you know, I was frustrated over some stuff that had happened to me when I was 7. You know what I'm saying?
It still got me peeing in the bed.
You know what I mean? And you peed in the bed till you was 10 years old. Your mama don't like you.
Business.
And your mama don't really like you because she ain't like your daddy.
Because you look just like him.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And you ain't gonna never be nothing.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
That's how that went.
Like,
that's exactly how that went.
It's like he has mommy issues or something. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? But it's something he just kind of like was going good, and then here come the cliff. He jumped off the cliff with it. I'm like,
just crash and burn.
You know, sometimes I just be like, is it me or did that just happen? But
so what's the next one?
Okay, so it says this.
Most times it's just you.
This goes back to one of the comments that was actually made. It says, take full accountability for your own emotions. Like, I don't see how he, rebuttal. But anyway, like, it's not your wife's job to make you happy, and she can't make you sad. You are responsible for finding your own happiness, and through that, your joy will spill over into your relationship and your love. So,
what?
Yeah. So I say, I mean, like, I agree. Like, you hear people say this all the time. You know what I mean? Like, take ownership for your own happiness, and you nobody else can control your happiness. That is not true as far as I'm concerned. Because if you piss me off and you make me sad, then you piss me off, and for sure you made me sad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. I agree.
I mean, like, I just don't get, you know what I mean? Like, but I hear people like kind of saying this all the time, and I just want to know, like, like what their thinking is behind, you know what I mean? Like, people make the world go round, and I mean, like, I think. Go ahead.
Well, I think,
so like you were saying, the people say, don't let nobody steal your joy and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes you can't help it. You dig what I'm saying? Listen, somebody steal my joy. Guess what? I'm gonna bust them side of the head and take my joy.
I'm a son.
Non-violent.
I'm gonna knock you out. Right.
I ain't gonna be the only one hurting.
Okay, like, my feelings is hurt. Now I gotta bust you upside the head. So
right.
You can be in pain as much as I'm in pain. Really? That's your thought process?
That's how you do it.
It depends on who you're talking about. Like, you're talking about your wife. Your wife can absolutely steal your joy.
Yeah.
Your husband
right.
can absolutely snatch the. Yeah.
What's happening here? I don't even do nothing. I didn't do nothing.
No, it said your spouse can steal your joy, and I add it every day.
But you weren't talking about me.
I didn't say that my joy was stolen every day. I was just saying that those are things that can
only
happen.
Sometimes.
Listen.
Listen, if your spouse is abusing you, they stealing your joy.
Yeah.
They affecting your happiness.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's true.
I think she meant like on like on a superficial level. Like, don't depend on your spouse for your happiness. Like, like I want you to make me happy. Like, if you like hang gliding, go and hang glide. You know what I mean? You want to join a book club? Join a book club. But don't depend on your spouse to make you happy.
That's right.
Yeah, your spouse is.
There's plenty of stuff that I don't like. I mean, that I do like. The Goose is like, that's some bullshit. I'm not doing that.
Your spouse should contribute to your happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But they shouldn't be the sole contributor.
Right.
To your happiness.
The main source.
Right.
That's right.
He can have his happiness and I can have mine.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Right. I agree.
Right.
I agree with that, Tyra. They actually shed a little bit better light to me, because I'm like, listen, man, you live in the house with it. When you roll over at night,
right,
and you look this person in the face,
gotta suck your teeth.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you still here?
You want to exactly? It's the Knicks or somebody playing basketball. Okay?
Right.
So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, it shed a different light on it, because like, if you have something outside of you guys together, then you know what I'm saying, like I like to golf, so that makes me happy. And when I'm, you know what I mean, like, I go out and I golf and I'm happy, and when I come home, I'm better, because when I can love you better, because
you have your own outlet.
I have my own outlet or whatever.
Yep.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
you should be, but there's some people that'll suck even that. They'll go into the past and suck the happiness out the past.
Dang.
Oh my gosh.
Well, apparently, because
we have been married for 19 years. Did I do something?
Apparently,
I didn't say you. I said there.
I think this.
He seems very passionate.
Y'all need to have that conversation offline.
No, I don't think we do. I don't know what's happening. I don't know.
Okay. And so, on that same vein, he goes on to say, never stop growing together. The stagnant pond breeds malaria. The flowing stream is always fresh and cool.
Yep.
Atrophy
Okay.
is the natural process when you stop working a muscle. Just
Yeah, it
as it
breaks
is
down.
if you stop working on your relationship. Find
Wow.
common goals, dreams, and visions to work towards.
Wow.
I agree with that.
Yep.
I agree with that.
100%.
And like, I know my mother-in-law before me and Justin got married, she was like, like, what are y'all goals? Like, what are y'all gonna do as a couple? Like, don't just get
Really?
married. Like, have a purpose
Mhm.
as a couple. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't really think about it like that, but we do.
Let's stay together.
But I like that, right? But I like that, you know what I mean? We both give each other space to pursue our own thing, and then we come together with our thing together.
I don't
Right.
think we have a thing. Do we have a thing?
It's called Eli. Eli is a thing.
Eli's my thing.
Eli's your jam.
No. Well, Eli don't want to be bothered with me or his father at this moment, so I don't know.
So,
All right, so what's
yeah.
the next one?
So, he ends it by saying, in the end, marriage isn't about happily ever after. It's about work and a commitment to grow together and a willingness to continually invest in creating something that can endure eternity.
Mhm.
Through that work, the happiness will come. Marriage is life, and it will bring ups and downs. Embracing all of the cycles and learning to learn from and love each experience will bring the strength and perspective to keep building one brick at a time. These are lessons I learned the hard way. These are lessons I learned too late. But these are lessons I am learning and committed to carrying forward. Truth is, I loved being married, and in time, I will get married again. And when I do, I will build it with a foundation that will endure any storm and any amount of time. So that was very, poetic.
Mhm.
I completely agree. He says, if you are reading this and find wisdom in my pain, share it. Obviously because it was on Facebook.
Mhm.
Share it with those young husbands whose hearts are still full of hope, and with those couples you may know who may have forgotten how to love. One of those men may be like I was, and in these hard earned lessons, perhaps something will awaken in him, and he will learn to be the man his lady has been waiting for. The woman that told him I do and trusted her life with him has been waiting for this man to step up. If you are reading this and your marriage isn't what you want it to be, take 100% responsibility for your part in marriage, regardless of where your spouse is at, and commit to applying these lessons while there is time. Men, this is your charge. Commit to being an epic lover.
But why is
So
that
maybe
only
this
men?
article was written by a man.
Maybe it was a joint effort.
No, it sounds like an article that was written by a woman to get men to do what women want.
Wow, really?
There are some men who think like this, though.
Yeah.
There are some men who are more like,
they feeling far in between.
But I mean, listen, I don't.
But that last part that Tanya read, I think that needs to be something that's done by both partners,
parties,
not just
right?
The man,
not just
right.
the man.
I think
or
the whole
just
thing
the
should
woman.
be done by both partners.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
So Goose, you say that this is something that a woman wrote to get guys.
Because in none of those things, at least what I hear, I mean, I may be wrong. I don't hear him talk about nothing that he wants.
Right. It's to make her happy, to make her happy, to make her happy.
Yeah, right. I agree.
It's really one-sided. You did what I'm saying?
So
because
so
even no matter how much you love your wife, it's always something that you can say to be like, I love my wife to death, but she cannot make collard. It's always something.
She cannot make what?
Collard greens.
You know what I'm saying? It's something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so he didn't mention nothing about. He didn't say nothing. No matter how much my wife tried to make it work, and myself, none of that kind of stuff. He was like, you know what? If your wife want a new car, go get a new car.
Yeah.
Right. Your wife want steak for dinner, cook a steak. You know what I'm saying? Right. It was all that. Right. Nothing was about him.
Yeah.
And you know what? And I disagree with that. I had put something. I mean, I agree with you. I disagree with that whole happy wife, happy life statement. And I could just speak from if I give a little personal experience. Justin and I, we have since we've been married, I think we went through maybe 2 or 3 mattresses. He liked the mattress one way, I like the mattress the other way. Mm-hmm. So. With the last mattress,
y'all went through 2 or 3 mattresses.
I was about to be
no, not like that.
Okay, dang. Y'all still on the honeymoon.
For comfort purposes, he likes a different level of comfort than I did. Mm-hmm. So lately, the last mattress that we had, I woke up, I was like, yeah, babe, you know what I mean? My back hurting. I don't know, I think it's this mattress. Am I sleeping wrong? And he was like, yeah, well, my back was hurting too. And I was like, well, why didn't you say anything? Mm-hmm. And he was like, well, you know what I mean? I know you like this mattress and we done been through a couple mattresses. He was like, that's just what men do. And I was like, no. So you would lay here every night with your back hurting?
Yeah.
Just so I can be comfortable?
Absolutely.
I was like, no. I said no. So we kind of compromised. We went and got this gel kind of mattress topper thing, to make it work for both of us. But I just couldn't believe how, he would sacrifice his comfort for me. And I was just like, no, because then, your back hurting, you're going to be all sore and grumpy.
Right. And
just to make me comfortable.
Next day, yeah.
Yeah, no. So I think it should be, I posted happy spouse, happy house. Mm-hmm. And so you know what I mean? I think it should both be a happiness thing for both of them.
Well, your husband is on here.
I was going to say.
What'd he say?
Don't talk about me.
Yeah.
I don't see
it. Was. You just saw it. It was just there. Click on where it says show. There you go.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, boo.
No.
But at least it was a good story that you're telling.
I totally understand it. I mean, and the thing about it is that I can speak for myself.
Yeah, explain it to me.
Me personally, I would do the same thing. You know why? Because I suffer in silence. My wife chops her planes and complains about her lungs all the damn time.
Yo, he is beating me down tonight. What is happening?
Going in on you tonight.
I thought he was happy. I didn't know. I had no idea.
All of a sudden, you suffering in silence.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is the thoughts of a lot of men. It's the thoughts of a lot of men. Because you just don't want to hear it. So if you can do something to keep from hearing about something, you do it.
But not at the expense of your back pain.
Health, yeah.
His back was hurting. He was waking up with back pain, and he wasn't saying nothing because he thought until I was saying, "Oh, my back hurt with this mattress."
Now, how long did y'all have that mattress?
Maybe going on. I think it's been 2 years now.
Okay.
2 years.
Now, I'm not. Let's just say his back started hurting after 6 months, so without the whole 2 years. Let's say 8 months, right? I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
How many times did he complain to you about it?
He didn't say anything to me about it until I mentioned that my back was hurting, and then he was like, "Yeah, my back be hurting too." Then I mentioned it again, and I'm like, "Well, what? We gotta do something about this."
Mm-hmm.
He mentioned it 0 times. You mentioned it twice. That's why he just suffered in silence. Because every morning, now that you told him, my back hurt, and you just expect him to be like, "Oh, my baby back hurt. Come on, babe, let's go get a new mattress. Which one do about this mattress?" You dig what I'm saying? So, unless you tell us that something's wrong, we don't know. But we just go with the flow.
Right.
But my back hurting when I get up in the morning is not going with the flow because that could mess up my whole day.
I said we go with the flow.
Yeah. But she's saying
my back hurt.
He should have said something sooner.
Yeah, I think he should have said something sooner.
Did we lose Tanya?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we should probably get ready to wrap it up anyway. What do you think? We're at our brick wall endings.
Yay!
But no, she said let her back in. She's backstage.
She's not in.
Okay. Tanya's coming back in. We lost her. But I was gonna say, is this the red cup conversation now? Usually girl said, is this the red cup conversation? You see it?
Oh, and then he gonna say, "Preach, Goose."
That's right.
No,
That's
men
right.
should not. No, men
Yeah.
should not be suffering in silence.
No.
You should not be suffering in silence. Because then you suffer in silence, but then you'll get angry over a fork being in the sink, and then we fighting it out, and it's all because you
And it's
suffering in
because your
silence.
back hurts, right? Exactly.
Exactly, because your back hurt. Well,
Just
had
be
you
like,
had
listen,
told
this
me,
ain't working for me. We need to fix this.
right?
That's what y'all think.
That's what we know.
No, see,
I will
y'all
not.
think
I
we
do
get
not.
mad because there's a fork in the sink.
Y'all get mad because y'all suffering in silence and y'all holding stuff in, and you should have said it long time ago.
Should have said it. Don't
Yeah.
keep anything
And
bottled up.
everything piles all up.
Yeah, don't
All
keep
right.
stuff bottled in.
Oh, but wait a minute. Hold on. Let me backtrack a little bit because tomorrow morning Goose gonna be like, "Well, you know what you said yesterday." Let me pull my list out.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
Mhm.
You can't make pasta.
Okay.
I don't like it, right?
And then on next week's episode of 10-7, I'll be like, everything that Tara's done wrong. That'll be the
Right,
topic.
and I don't like your hair. I think you like your hair.
Exactly. They be like, yeah, that little curly thing you got going on there, straighten your hair back out. I don't like that. Mix my back.
Uh-huh.
All right. Y'all ready to wrap it up? I'm glad you made it back in, Tanya, but
That's why I don't say nothing.
yeah,
I
whatever.
mean, 'cause I don't
Oh,
like, no, listen,
God.
I don't like weed. I don't like.
He don't like braids. He don't like
braids,
nothing.
None of that stuff. But
don't
you
like
go ahead and get it. So what do? I be quiet. I don't say nothing.
I'll be quiet. And when you walk away, I start talking again. All right.
Oh
Suffering in
my
silence.
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, don't suffer in silence, husbands.
Yeah, don't
And-
suffer in
and
silence.
significant others. Don't suffer in silence.
Fellas,
It's a
I'm gonna
way
tell you is
that-
you know your situation.
It's a way that you can bring things up and discuss it, in a mature way and work it out. What you say?
No, I said, fellas, you know your situation.
Yeah, I think guys know when they should speak up and when they shouldn't.
Yeah.
But if your health is jeopardized, you should totally say something.
Man, that's no bad.
Exactly.
Once I get up, walk
Exactly.
around for a little bit, I'm good.
Whatever. Tyra, we
All right.
we looking at the time here, so we probably should
Yeah.
wrap it up.
So we're gonna wrap it up. Thank y'all once again for joining us. Thank you for everybody for commenting.
And Tanya, thank you
thank-
for co-hosting.
Yes, thank you to our wonderful cousin D.
Mhm.
One of my very first friends forever and ever and ever.
Mhm.
Tanya,
Yep.
thank you for coming on. Goose, thank you for wheeling us in tonight.
No problem.
Yeah.
Thank you
Hit the
for
bells at the bottom.
Yeah, hit the bell.
representing for the feathers.
Oh, yeah.
For the fellas. And follow us on join the 10-7
One time.
Facebook group. Follow us on Instagram. We're on Spreaker,
iHeartRadio.
podcast, iHeartRadio. Anywhere you can find a podcast, you can find
All
the 10-7
podcast
show.
platforms.
Yep.
All podcasts. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we're here
All right.
live.
And
every
subscribe
Sunday
to our
at 7
YouTube
p.m.
channel.
Yes. Subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell with the parentheses.
Yes.
Ding, ding, I'm gonna get a bell for you.
Yeah, we should get a bell. But you know what, Tyra? Like I said last week, I'm trying to make this stick. 10-7 Sundays.
10-7 Sundays.
Mhm.
I
So,
like it a lot. I
Yep.
like it a lot.
10-7 Sundays with Aunt Bunny.
When I but this dude is on a roll tonight, man. I'm
Aunt
about to say.
Bunny.
No, you was about to say.
I know. I made fetch happen, y'all. I made fetch happen. I make
Listen,
my
even-
You
even
make
Christian-
that happen.
Mhm.
Even Christian calls you Aunt Bunny.
Aunt Bunny. Yep. Everybody call me Aunt Bunny. So that's cool.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it.
All
We
right,
gotta change it.
family.
All right, y'all.
Love
God
you
bless
guys.
you. Good night.
See y'all
Check us
next
out
week.
Coming out.
Later.
Bye, guys.
Love you.
Love you.
See you in a week.
All right.
Bye.